Hi everybody, we are Eduardo and Pau, students of the Smart Cities degree at the UAB, and we are going to present our project Question Ladder. The aim of this project consists in select one method of all the methods and tools for social innovation and explain it. The method that we select is the question ladder.
As Paul said, Question Ladder is a quick and easy tool to use which its main objective is reaching the right question or at least more complex answers. Sometimes reaching the right answer means thinking more about the kind of questions you are asking. This might sound simple, but focusing on what you are asking someone is essential for reaching a deeper understanding. Laddering is an interview technique that helps you to inquire on a certain topic by asking different types of questions about distinct aspects related to that topic. Well, how to use it? As I mentioned before, it is a really easy method to use. Here we can see a worksheet which must be fulfilled with different questions. While making a questionnaire or before going for a job interview, for example, this worksheet can be used as a series of possible questions, from which a final set can be chosen. That final set depends a lot on the answers you want to gather and the different challenges you want to tackle. It is recommendable to use this to practice approaching and exploring an issue through various directions. Once you have gained some experience with using this technique, you might find yourself automatically using this technique in conversations or in interviews you can do with people. In fact, this method can be a part of your daily routine conversations. Well, referring now to the main advantages Question Ladder presents, we remark four. In first place, it gives us different perspectives of the aspect we are investigating. What is more, as we have already highlighted, it is quite simple and so accessible for almost any kind of people. In addition, we also remark its versatility, as it can be applied to any problem or opportunity. And finally, it also gives you opportunities to ask the same question in different ways, thereby cross-checking and adding validity to the answer. And finally, before looking to a real example, we also make reference to the problems this method might have. As the question ladder helps you to generate many different questions, it's quite common that some of these questions are redundant. What's more, you will generate many questions that you never use, which can be quite frustrating. In addition to this, that you select the most appropriate questions does not necessarily mean that you will be able to gain answers to them, and therefore there might be evidence gaps. And even though having good questions increases the chances that you will get a robust evidence, it does not guarantee it.
Now we are going to explain a case study that we found very interesting for understand the question ladder methodology. The following example could be very useful for startups that want to expand their business. So let's explain the case study. Margaret managed a small social enterprise making costume jewelry for locally produced beads. The enterprise is 2 years old and is doing well. At the moment, Margaret employs 10 women who work from their own homes assembling the jewelry. While this has worked well, there are limits on how much time the women can give to making jewelry because of their household commitments. This is holding back the expansion of the social enterprise. Margaret is wondering whether now is the time to seek permissions for production and to offer the woman a part-time or full-time employment outside of the home. She has found a small factory that will accommodate 25 workers, and Margaret decides to complete a question ladder template to ensure she is considering everything she needs. Here we have the Margaret's question ladders template. As we can see, Margaret completed the template with all the questions, and also we can see there are a large number of questions, so that means we're taking care all possibilities. Finally, in this slide, we select some relevant questions to see some examples of questions that are useful in these cases. The questions are the following. First question: who did the space belong to? That questions is useful to know what kind of business was in this factory and why it closed or if it went well. The second question is what could the factory be used for? To know if the location of and the distribution of the factory is beneficial for my business. The third question is where my new workers live for easy access to the factory. To know if the factory location is easily accessible for my workers. Next question: when my existing workers start a new factory at the new factory, to know when I can start my production again, obviously. The next question: why would my workers want to work in the factory? To know what benefits must offer my workers. And finally, the last question: how is the factory currently used? To know what type of business was in this factory, like in the first question. So that's it. Thank you for your attention. You have all the bibliography below, so you can consult it.